Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 2 in the NFL with one of our newer guests, Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com, who is under the radar, becoming one of our best cappers, giving us winners week after week after week, just slinging winners from his living room. Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com. Thanks for being back with us.
Oh, thanks, Peter. Thanks. It's not my living room. My wife was like, "Why do they think it's the living room? You got to paint the walls." I'm like, "Oh, let it go. It's all right. It's all about the bottom line. It's about winning, covering the number."
Yeah. Look, if this was an interior design show, yes, I admit we'd have a huge problem here. But no, this is about picking winners and giving good football advice. So as long as we can hear your voice, that is all we care about. And of course, you know, the device is good, and you've definitely proven yourself. Going back to last year, you've kind of made impressive pick after impressive pick. Do a little bragging about your site and what you can find there.
Oh, thanks, Peter. Yeah, NJWiseGuys.com. It's a great multi-capper site. Thing about nowadays, you got to get the people in there, and that's why I like the multi-capper aspect of it, because there's tons of free picks, daily free picks from multiple guys, a lot of free previews, and especially now, you know, NBA, hockey, college hoops coming around the corner, so we're going to have daily updates with like team previews, conference, like odds on who's going to win championships. So it's a good time of year to head over to the site and get on board.
All right, sounds good, Sean Higgs. All right, Arizona and the Giants. The Giants are right now a 2 or 2.5 point home dog, and that has taken a big move, right? The Giants were a -2 a few days ago, and the total is also significantly down. It's 43 right now, been heading down. It opened at 45 or 45.5, and you know, the Giants are looking. Hey, look. Maybe later in the year, they'll be an impressive team. Right now, they're looking in disarray on both offense and defense. They don't have much of a pass rush. Their linebackers kind of suck, and their secondary, which is supposed to be the strength of the defense, is looking like they're going to give up big plays. And then on the offense, Eli Manning looking kind of lifeless. They're not really taking that well to the new West Coast offense that they've implemented so far. And Arizona with Bruce Arians, you know, they're a team that has a lot of talent. They have some flaws, and with Ellington maybe hobbled, that's kind of a knock against them. But you know, I gotta think that Arizona at -2 is the play here, and I'm also kind of liking the over at 43. Although it definitely concerns me that it's taken such a big move down. And the only other thing that makes me a little bit concerned is I have in my brain that the Giants are one of these teams that always, you know, performs opposite of what you're expecting. When they're looking like the worst team in the NFL, they'll come out the next week and have a great game, get a win and cover. And when they're looking like they're actually a pretty decent team, that's when they start to have flops in a row and start to play poorly. So I have that, you know, bias in my head. But aside from that, I think I'm loving Arizona -2 and the over 43. What do you think, Sean Higgs?
Well, I'm going to be going the other way and take it home here with the Giants.
All right.
I'm not even a Giant fan. I can't stand the Giants, and I'm in their backyard here in Jersey. I can't stand them. And watching the preseason, you saw how terrible they were all preseason. And I said in my write-ups about them, you know, Eli's not even on the same page. Forget the same page. They're not even in the same book.
Right.
And you know, you saw it in game one there. But, you know, it's perception here. You saw them on Monday Night Football. They look terrible. Terrible, you know. And then Arizona, nice battle back, come from behind, win. You know, put up, 11, 12 points in the fourth quarter for the win over San Diego. So I got a little momentum going. Sometimes I got to throw that out the window a little bit.
Right.
It was not Arizona coming cross country, and you know I kind of weigh into that into my selection here. I don't like the West Coast guy coming for an early game. And like you just said, man, Giants look terrible, flat out terrible, awful. Whenever I think a team's that bad, you know, I thought Cleveland was going to be bad. No wide receivers. Who they throwing the ball to? You know, not that I had a free play on the Steelers last week, but how'd they do? Hoyer, you know, the guy looked. He looked like, I don't even know who he looked like. He didn't look like Brian Hoyer, that's for sure, putting up those points. So sometimes when it looks like things are going to go one way, they go totally opposite, and that's what I'm expecting here. I mean, the Giants, they're going to play for Coughlin. They like Coughlin. You know, they're home. Eli's look terrible. This is the kind of game where I can see them coming out and winning. I think it's going to be ugly. I see the total came down. I don't know why. It's, you know, not weather-related for anything. I guess because as bad as the offense been. But these guys couldn't stop Megatron. Larry Fitzgerald's a decent wide receiver. I mean, is he going to go for 150 in the first half, too? You know, I think Giants are going to pull themselves up just out of, like, respect for getting humiliated like that on Monday night. You know, they got something to prove to themselves and the rest of the league that they're not going to be pushovers. And one last thing on them. They started 0-6 last year.
Right, yes.
You know, they're going to go 0-2. They're going to be like, here we go again, man. And if they go 0-2, here it comes. It's going to be like a pebble rolling down the hill turned into a boulder.
You're absolutely right. You want to be very careful about overreacting to week one results. The thing is, though, that the Giants' problems on offense aren't just from week one. They were happening in the preseason too, and people were saying, "All right, that's just the preseason. They'll figure it out." But based on how things went in week one, they didn't really figure it out. Manning and his receivers weren't really. I mean, maybe they will be able to solve some of those problems in this interim, which is why I'm kind of liking the over here. I do kind of expect that. But Arians loves to pass. He has a very pass-heavy offense, and it's looking like if the Giants had a defense that was inspiring confidence, then maybe you'd give them a pass on their offense and struggles, but it just looks like they're struggling all over the field.
Hey, no, I agree with you there. But again, Carson Palmer is not, lighting my world on fire.
Right.
And the preseason, they look terrible in preseason. But even when somebody looks good, how good are you looking when you're on the field for 5 plays?
Right.
I think from the end of preseason through their first game and this week, I think we see a lot of adjustments. It's not like he likes some rookie, wet behind the ears kind of kid. The guy's experienced. He's got 2 rings. I expect him to make a big step. I think he's going to lean a lot on Victor Cruz. I think Cruz is going to have a big game.
Right.
I think he's just going to zone in, and he's going to be eyeballing him up. They say don't stare down a receiver. He's going to stare down because he knows I got to find my guy to make plays, and this is how we're going to have to win the game. So I expect a big game from him, actually.
All right, well, I know better than to go against you, so I am not going to go against you. I'm going to go with the over, which was my the pick that I was liking more anyway on this one. I'm going to take the over, which is now 43. Not exactly sure why it's headed down, but I'm going to take the over at 43. And Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com, who's definitely proven himself in his picks in our videos, likes the Giants, and plus 2.5 is currently a widely available number, so we can give you that one for the purposes of this video. Thanks so much, Sean Higgs. Talk to you again very soon.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.